Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in this world. Hello there, Courtney. We see you here. Thank you for joining us on this post-Dynamite show. We are a little bit early today, / a little bit late, depending on where you are in the world. So, how you been, Stephen?
I am quite doing all right. How you been doing, Raz?
I've been alive, I've been breathing, and
After watching this show, I wish I had these 2 hours right back.
I'm just going to get right into it and say
this is really awful, man.
Out of the 10, this was probably a 2 to 3 at best. Segments on the show, to me, felt so freaking disjointed and out of touch with what a go-home show should be. It felt like we did not get any build to the pay-per-view besides a couple of little things. I don't feel comfortable with AEW on this episode of Dynamite. I really, really don't. I don't think that they went into this with the right mindset, especially after the past 2 weeks that we've had. The past 2 weeks have been absolutely amazing, but this week was just terrible in my eyes. I don't know if I'm biased because I want them to do good, or I don't know. You tell me, Stephen.
Well, like what Courtney said, I think part of the blame is people's worrying about the hurricane and their homes in Florida. It's a pretty good chunk of their AEW talent live in Florida, so assuming why it's like that. You know, the show is and all that.
Hi, Jake.
Hello, Jake.
2 seconds. I will be back. Hold the fort for me.
No problem, buddy. No problem. But how's everybody doing tonight? But yeah, it was not a good go-home show for Wrestle Dream tonight. It's basically more promos and about, 5 wrestling matches is pretty much it. So, a lot of promos. That is the most promos I've ever seen ever on a Dynamite show. You there, buddy? I think you're muted.
Sorry, someone's audio is coming through my screen. Sorry.
More debuts, Courtney. I'll take that back. We got one debut. We'll go into it later on.
Not really a debut or a return.
Or a return-wise. A return.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get straight into this piece of shit of a show.
Okay, let's do it.
By far the absolute worst fucking shit I've seen.
I need something stronger.
If anybody's got any vodka or or whiskey or anything, please just send it through. We need it after this episode
You need
because
something stronger than Jericho's bubbly.
tonight was just not good, not good at all. We started the show. We started the show strong with the Moxley video package.
Yeah,
Like we started that part strong.
I like the promo with Mox beginning the show. That's what I like.
Yeah. That was really good. That was him turning around and telling us that he had no choice in the matter. Basically continuing that story of he had no choice in the matter and that there is something to come out of it. Then we went straight into a Danielson video package, basically claiming that he's going to come to Wrestle Dream. He's going to take care of Moxley, but tonight he's going to kick Claudio's head in.
Yeah.
Those two segments, fantastic. Give me 1 second again, Stephen.
No problem, buddy. Yeah, I enjoyed both those promos with Mox and Danielson starting out the show. How's it going, Dylan? How's it going, Alex? In the chat. Hello, Courtney, Jake.
Welcome, Dylan. Thank you for joining us. Sorry that your actual show was shit because of AEW being shit. Alex here on our Twitch side. I appreciate that. It's always good to see him.
The loner on the Twitch.
The lone Twitcher.
You need to go and join us on YouTube.
The lone Twitcher. Yeah, terrible show. You're not fucking wrong there, Dylan. We will get to that in a very short period of time. Where's the basketball guy? I hope he comes in tonight because I will bring him on the show just so that we can have a conversation about something that will entertain us.
I think he's got other things to worry about. He's worried. If he lives in Florida, something about the hurricane. So I don't know.
True. We've got Jake going, saying hello to everyone. It's always good to see Jake in the chat.
Howdy, Jake.
So after the two video packages, we get straight to Darby in the ring. Darby calls out Brody because Brody King has answered his open challenge for Wrestle Dream.
Mm-hmm.
This completely has messed up my prediction of what was going to happen at Wrestle Dream, with Bobby Lashley coming in to be the one to answer the challenge and destroy Darby, but clearly they had other plans. Ends up leading to a brawl after Darby claims that he got Brody the job at AEW, and then Darby uses a rock and busts Brody. Brody.
How the hell he's got a rock to put this jacket?
I don't fucking know. I really don't.
That is a huge rock that he hit Brody.
Yeah. Look, I understand that this is to continue from the video that he had, and it's gonna be a brutal match, whether we like it or not. Like, we know that Darby's a psycho, and we know that Brody can go in the ring. It's going to be brutal. But
it's going to be brutal, but Darby has ties in Washington as far as the Defy Wrestling. So I really, as much as I don't like it, I know Brody King. I love Brody King, okay? But I want Brody to win too so bad, Courtney, but it doesn't look like it. They're going to give it to, like you said, Pepto-Bismol Darby, that pink jacket. Yeah. So
I think you're right there, Stephen. I think that Darby does win this one. I want Brody to win. I think Brody deserves it.
I agree.
Maybe a singles push, still keeping with the House of Black, but a singles push to get him the momentum. But I don't see it. I don't see him walking out with the win this time.
I don't see it either.
After that segment, we go to Daniel Garcia arriving backstage with Renee Paquette trying to interview him. She asks him the news about if he's staying with the company or he's leaving. He says he's not going to answer her. He'll go out to the crowd and tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Standard fucking entry show segment. We come to our first match of the night, which is Hologram making his Dynamite debut. It is noted that he's had 13 wins or something like that.
13 wins on Collision.
And he ends up getting the win here tonight on Dynamite. So he's 13-1. 13 on Collision, 1 on Dynamite, 14.
Well, there's a couple of botches in that match, though. That somebody was going to get injured. They had to end that match very quick, or somebody.
Definitely, there wasn't a standard hologram match. It was very slow for what he usually is. He's usually a lot quicker. At the end of the match, we get Roosh, Drolistico, and Mortis attacking Commander and Hologram. And Jake Roberts is apparently their manager now, because Jake Roberts has supposedly transferred ownership of Lance Archer to Don Callis for these guys.
Yeah.
The fuck? How does this make sense? Make sense? Last check.
I don't know if you watched Rampage or not, but Callis was asking Archer about his ties with Jake Roberts. So it's been since Rampage.
I know that Callis had Roosh, but he was barely used Roosh anyway. He's been Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher mainly. So what the hell is going on? Yes, Courtney, wait, what? It makes no fucking sense. This whole section should have been exciting.
Yeah.
But it felt flat. It fell very, very flat. It did not make sense. It didn't suit a go-home show.
Yeah.
If this had been go-home for building them to a match at WrestleDream, fine. But it made no sense. Maybe it'll make sense in the coming weeks, but I don't know.
It's going to be interesting with Jake with the I guess the LFI's back. I'm assuming so. With Roosh, Drolistico, and the Beast Mortos.
Yeah. We next get Mark Briscoe backstage. We get a different version of Mark Briscoe. He is not the happy-go-lucky Mark Briscoe. He's the serious Briscoe. He turns around and tells Jericho that he messed up taking it to this level with his brother by saying his brother would have been a better champion, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Good to see the serious Briscoe side.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be brutal, that match with Jericho. But once again, we're at promo like 15 already of the night, and
but I hate to be Jericho Saturday though. I hate to be him Saturday.
Yeah. We next get to Daniel Garcia being in the ring. He's talking on the microphone, saying he's going to tell us what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, he's not going to tell us he's leaving, because why the hell would you have someone on your TV if they're going to leave your fucking company announcing that? Are you going to turn around and go, I'm going to NXT? The only time I've ever seen that was when Bret Hart did the WCW on the pay-per-view, and that was it.
So which towel do you think RC is going to go after?
Well, we get to that.
Sorry.
Because we do get to that because Swerve gets his video package.
Mm-hmm.
We also find out that Swerve's returning at WrestleDream. We then go from that of Swerve returning at WrestleDream to showing MVP and Shelton Benjamin backstage watching the video. So
why did they give that away?
We have just created the biggest. You've just given away the biggest spoiler for what's going to happen at WrestleDream with Swerve. I don't know. I honestly don't know, Stephen.
Well, actually, really, we'll now.
Like,
Y'all know that.
it's clear that this is the point where Lashley comes in, because they're going to interrupt. They're going to offer their services. He's going to decline, and Lashley's going to be the one to beat the crap out of him. And then we've got Hurt Business, Hurt Syndicate, Hurt Locker Room, whatever the fuck you want to call it, in AEW.
Yeah.
We then go to Mercedes backstage with Renee. Pointless fucking promo. Once again, number like 45 for promos tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
After that, we go to Garcia backstage, walking around, saying hello to everyone. Shibata comes up to him, plays that he's going to be the new TNT champion after Saturday. So I think they're basically saying that Shibata and Garcia are going to face off for the title, if that's the case. Which, don't get me wrong, that'd be fucking fantastic. It'd be a fantastic match, but don't give away the fucking endings. Don't give away the endings before your pay-per-view.
I don't know. You never know. Perry could retain.
That is true. That is true. From there, we go to the second match of the night, which is Willow versus Saraya versus Nyla Jax and Jamie Hayter.
Nyla Jax, Nyla Rose.
Sorry, Nyla Rose.
Sorry, had to correct you, my friend.
We get this match because Britt Baker is apparently sick and can't be there. So instead, we get Saraya, Nyla, and Jamie Hayter in the match. We got. This is where we get the return.
We got the return.
Yep, we got the return of Penelope Ford, who attacks.
Penelope Ford's back. Yep.
Yep. She attacks Jamie Hayter for some fucking stupid reason. Made no sense to me.
Nope.
Willow ends up getting the win in this match after putting Saraya through a table. During this match, for some reason, they allowed Harley to be a part of the match, even though she's not wrestling this match.
That makes no sense why Harley keeps in the ring.
It was basically a 2-on-1 most of the time.
Yeah.
When it's supposed to be Saraya. Like, if Saraya can't wrestle, don't put her in a fucking match. And yes, welcome back, Penelope. It's great to have you back. Too bad it made no fucking sense.
You know, I guess Harley's confused. This is not a Saraya rules match.
Clearly. It was, apparently. After that, as Willow's walking up, Mariah confronts her. Mariah goes to slap Willow. Willow blocks it, but then gets headbutted by Mariah, and then starts beating her with the belt. And then walks backstage. Next segment, promo 562 of the night.
In counting.
The Learning Tree backstage, who go to confront Rocky Romero, basically, obviously trying to bring him into the Learning Tree. Pointless fucking section of the night, really. We go then.
That's stupid.
We go then to the third match of the night, and we're pretty much almost towards the end of the fucking show here already. We get third match, which is Jay White versus a jobber named Cody Chun or something. Jay White wins. Yes, Emi Sakura was back. Jay White wins. He grabs the mic, calls out Hangman for Wrestle Dream. Says he's also got a second person that he's going after, and then he's going for the world title. Jay White is a fucking brilliant talent. Stop wasting him.
Yep.
Enough said.
Rather have Juice wrestle than Jay wrestle against him. that enhanced talent.
Once again, backstage to promo 7,943, which is Hook looking for the attacker of Taz. Kip Sabian bumps into Hook. Christian and the family interrupt. Basically, it's a no-go zone. There's nothing there for it.
Tease my prediction though.
It does feed your prediction, definitely. Once again, we go to another backstage segment, which is I've lost count of where we are here. What is this, like 63,981?
Pretty
for
much
the night, right? Which is supposed to be with Mariah backstage, but Willow attacks her and then says that she's coming for the title and she's gonna win the belt. Blah blah blah. Standard bullshit. Yes, I agree. It was Hook all along. It'll be hilarious when they actually do announce that. Next, we go to our next match, which was Emi Sakura making her return to AEW once again versus Mercedes. Mercedes wins the match. Alex says, before I went, I was going to say that Miami Heat isn't going to win any championships anyway. You're not wrong. I don't follow the basketball, but you're not wrong.
I haven't watched much basketball as far as NBA-wise here.
Mercedes gets the win here. She taps out. She taps out Emi Sakura. Statlander makes the save for Emi because Statlander's now a face again for some reason. Head
scratcher.
Because they don't have enough women that are faces, apparently. I don't fucking know. Once again, here we go for 1, 2, 3, 4 segments. 4 segments in a row here, which takes us to probably like 600,000 promos for the night.
We're approaching that million promo.
We get Private Party backstage where Stokely offers his services to them. They turn around and basically tell him to get fucked. Then we go to Tony Schiavone in the ring with Will Ospreay. Ospreay calls Callis. Ospreay calls Callis out. Callis comes out. Basically, this is the best segment of the night.
I missed it. Darn it.
This is actually the best fucking segment of the night. Bar none. Not even any of the matches are better than this segment.
And I missed it.
Callis comes out. Basically, Ospreay demands to find out whether or not Callis sent Takeshita out for the beatdown. Callis admits it. Callis then ends up slapping Ospreay. Ospreay starts to attack Callis. And, of course, Takeshita makes the save. And then you get Fletcher pulling Ospreay off of Takeshita. And then there's the whole screwdriver segment where Callis gives Kyle Fletcher this screwdriver, basically wanting him to hit Ospreay. He doesn't do it. We then get them, like Takeshita and Ospreay, going back and forth for a bit. Ricochet ends up making the save for Ospreay because Ospreay is starting to get beat down. We're left here with Kyle Fletcher in two minds of what to do. Once again, as I said, best segment of the night, but we're talking about 50, like the 600,000 promos of this night just didn't fucking stop. We have 3 segments left. Straight after that, we go to fucking Top Flight promo. A Top Flight promo where Action Andretti basically calls him out and says that he's basically leaving the group, which Not a bad deal. Get him some heat. Get him out. Get him doing things that he needs to do.
He'll turn. Yep.
Last promo of the night is Jack Perry sitting on the stairwell talking about his TNT title, how he wants Shibata to be the wrestler, the guy who broke his fucking neck, essentially, and almost killed himself in the ring. And that's the one he wants at the pay-per-view. Good promo from Jack Perry. Just this whole fucking show is Monday Night Raw
Mixed in with AEW Dark, pretty much.
Combined with AEW Dark talent matches.
Yep.
We then go to the main event of the night, which is Wheeler Yuta and Bryan Danielson, versus Claudio and Park. I am not going to lie, I completely forgot this match was on the show because of how fucking shit the rest of the show was.
Yeah.
Like, you guys know, I am an AEW man. I love a lot of what AEW does, but I can't defend this show. I really bloody well can't. This was the worst show that they have done ever.
It's hard to defend it. It really is hard to defend it. It really is.
It was so promo driven that I felt like I was watching an episode of Monday Night Raw in 2019 where we just got promo, 5 minutes of wrestling and that. And yes, Alex is right. This is worse than many of the dark shows. At least the dark shows had like 3 hours worth of fucking wrestling on it.
Yep.
We actually had 3 hours worth of wrestling. Okay, the talents may not have been the exceptional talent that you want to see on the show, but they have been. But we would get quality of wrestling, like we'd get a decent amount of wrestling. At the end of this match was very confusing.
Tell you the truth, I really thought Wheeler's going to turn, but I think he might turn at Wrestle Dream probably.
Well, you had Pac tap out to Bryan, but you had Yuta and Claudio standing on the apron arguing. And John Moxley's come out with Marina Shafir, but not interfered in the match. And
well, she was on the ring apron though when they tapped out.
Yeah, she did get up there when he taps out, and then Bryan dives out of the ring and attacks Moxley. Takes him backstage, beats the crap out of him backstage. Pac attacks Yuta, so does Marina Shafir. They get back in the ring, and then Claudio attacks Yuta with the hammer, beating the crap out of him a few times. And then Danielson brings Moxley back out, throws him through the ring, gets rid of Park, gets rid of Claudio, and then basically gets rid of the whole group. And this is how the show ends.
Yeah, Danielson's going, yes. And Wheeler's like
reaching out, dying in the fucking corner.
And
I want Alex says he wants John to lose because he doesn't need the title. You're not wrong.
Since you want, let's do something positive, Raz. Let's do our Wrestle Dream predictions if you want to. Since Wrestle Dreams is Saturday.
Sure, why not? Why the fuck not?
Everybody in the chat, let us know what your predictions are.
Yeah, let me bring up the card because I don't actually remember the card at the moment.
There's not really much to say about the Dynamite show.
Yeah, look, this is the absolute worst show that I have seen so far in regards to AEW Dynamite. I apologize if you can hear what sounds like a siren. That's my son just making siren noises. Where are we? So what do we got for the show? What the hell did we have for the show? Okay,
I
so
know
we got
most
Brody.
hard. Go ahead.
So we got Brody King versus we've got Brody King versus
Darby.
Darby Allin.
Unfortunately, Darby here.
I think you're right. I think Darby. What does everybody think in the chat? We're going to give you a few minutes.
Yeah.
I think Darby's going to walk away with the win because they want him to walk away with the title in the future. Darby's going to win, but Brody's going to have a showing. I kind of agree. We're going to have a strong showing by Brody, but we're going to get Darby as the winner. So I think everybody agrees here Darby is the winner.
Darby doing that coffin drops like a fly.
Yeah.
Darby.
We've got Darby. No, we've got what have we got? We've got Willow versus Mariah May.
Mariah retains.
Mariah May retains.
Yeah. I don't see Mariah losing.
I don't see Mariah losing, but I also see them wanting to keep Willow because apparently from insiders' knowledge, this may be Willow's last match in AEW.
True. Could be.
Yeah. Alex says Mariah's going to lose. I wouldn't put it past Tony Khan to give Willow the belt if she signs. And
yeah, it's going to be a good match. Both, Willow and
he meant Mariah's going to win. Which, look, I could happily see them doing a title switch here with interference. I could happily see it. Like, if you want to keep Willow and you want to also build the story with Mariah, what you do is you take the belt off Mariah, put it on Willow, leave Willow as the champion for a couple of weeks, and then you have Mariah win it back before facing Tony Storm here in Australia.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see Mariah losing the rest of the year. So
we've got what have we got? We've got Jay White versus Hangman Page.
I would love to see Jay White win so bad, but I think they're going to push Hangman.
Jay White versus Hangman Page. I'm going to say I want Jay White to be the winner, but I also want this feud to be built properly, so I'm going to give it to Hangman.
I've seen these two wrestle on Collision in person, so
yeah,
they did that showed a good match. It would have been a good match if Christian didn't interfere, but other than that,
Alex says Switchblade will win because of all of the Bullet Club showing up.
I don't think so. I think Hangman's going to win.
Yeah, I agree. I think Hangman will win, and this feud will continue. I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I think we're getting Mercedes Moné versus
Statlander.
I think. I don't think that's been confirmed.
I haven't heard anything yet, to be honest with you, but if it does.
But we already know who's going to win that one.
Unfortunately, yes.
So there's no point in asking that question. We've got Private Party versus the Young Bucks for the AEW tag titles.
Bucks retain.
Bucks retain?
Bucks retain.
Yeah, I'm going to agree because they're going to Snacklander. It's going to be like Full Gear Young Bucks situation with Hangman on the apron, then Juice will grab his leg. Possibly. The Bucks, everybody reckons the Bucks. Agreed. where what else we got? We got
The triple threat: Osprey, Ricochet.
Osprey, Ricochet, and Takeshita.
Yeah.
I want Osprey to win, but I also would like to see Takeshita hold a belt.
I think Takeshita is going to win the title.
I reckon he will too. I reckon that he will too, and I think that unfortunately, this is where Ricochet sucks to be part of this match.
Well, I do agree what Dylan said. You've been saying that Osprey will take the pin.
I think that Osprey will take the pin, but I think also that we have Ricochet is going to be losing this match, and it's going to cause problems because he's not long in the company, and people will think he's already been ruined by the fact he's lost a big match.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't seem to understand. Like, Osprey can lose the match easily and still be fine. Ricochet can't because he's new to the company and his star power is not enough right now for him to lose a match.
Yeah.
In this way, Takeshita could easily lose the match and still be okay, but I think that Takeshita is going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have? We have Jack Perry versus Shibata for the AEW TNT title.
Perry retains. Like that title.
I like that title too. I actually like the look of that title. It looks amazing. I think he did really well with it, and it suits the character. So I think he definitely retains. I'll get it in there. Jack Perry retains, unfortunately. Alex says he feels like Ricochet can afford one more loss.
I don't think Ricochet's going to get pinned because, Hologram is undefeated.
You can't have like.
Think Hologram is better than Ricochet?
You can't have like 15 bloody undefeated people in the company. What else do we have? We have Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho.
Briscoe all the way.
The ROH World title.
Briscoe all the way.
I think Jericho's going to win.
Oh, really?
I think Jericho's going to win. I don't want it, but I think Jericho's going to win. Because I think that they are going to do this and build Briscoe up.
I could see your point, Raz, because if you remember the Rocky Romero part, Rocky Romero could cost Briscoe the match. Yep. I can see your point.
Yeah. Jake says Jay White's going to win and the Young Bucks. And Takeshita. Courtney says Briscoe's going to win. I say Jericho. Alex says Jericho needs to say bye, guys, which we all agree, but I think that Jericho's going to win here. I think Jericho's going to take the win. Jake says Mark Briscoe. I once again don't agree. I think Jericho's going to get the win. I think we're going to have Jericho as the champ, and we're going to build Briscoe to be serious character again.
Yeah.
Or we're going to push to get what's his name? Not Kyle Fletcher, the other guy. The one that was with what's his name? Bobby Fish and all that.
Yeah. Red Dragon.
Yeah. What's his name? Kyle
Fletcher.
No,
Kyle Riley. Kyle
Riley, yeah.
O'Reilly, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong Kyle.
Also get those tights off and go back to pants. Yes. Kyle O'Reilly. There we go. We also have
I think
the main event.
Yeah, Mox and
The
Danielson.
main event going to be Danielson versus Moxley for the world title.
I know most of y'all picking Danielson, but I'm picking Mox.
I think we're going to get a DQ here.
Oh, really?
I think we're going to get a DQ, or it's going to get to a ref stoppage because it's going to get too brutal.
Well,
I don't think there's going to be I don't think there's going to be a devout winner.
I could see Danielson can wait till the world's end to lose the title.
I don't think we're going to have a devout winner because I think we're going to continue this story.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to have, and if we do, Danielson will retain, and whoever is forcing Moxley is going to be the one that attacks Danielson at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Alex says he's honestly getting a little sick of John with the belt. Look, I give Moxley his props for the fact that when they needed him, he stepped up. When the company needed him, he stepped up. He put the company on his back. And he could have gone on holiday. He could have left it and just walked away. But he didn't. Mm-hmm. So I give him his props for that. But I agree. Right now he shouldn't hold the belt. Give it a year or so, maybe then. Courtney thinks it's Shane O'Mac that's coming in.
Well, basically, it's really according to how Danielson is with his health. So that's another thing too.
Well, this is the thing. There's also talk out there that it's not Shane O'Mac, that it's someone from TNA.
Scott D'Amore?
No.
No.
Moxley's old tag team partner. Back in like CZW days. And we're talking Sami Callihan.
Oh. Yeah. I forgot about him. They said that he signed to AEW, so.
Well, I thought he was signed to TNA.
No, his contract ran out. He hasn't wrestled in months in TNA.
But didn't he come back just the other week?
I haven't watched TNA last week.
I don't know.
They canceled their shows last week because there's another hurricane. Yeah.
True. Look, I think the pay-per-view is going to be good. We're going to get some bloody quality matches because that's what AEW does. But this go-home Dynamite show was fucking horrendous.
It was. It really was.
We're probably going to not talk much longer because we've run down the card. We've run down everything we can do. I think that we need AEW next week better step up and bring it back to what they had the past 2 weeks.
So, what are you thinking? You want to do a post show for Wrestle Dream, or you want to wait till Sunday?
We'll look at it closer, but I think that possibly do a post show.
Oh, I see little man.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. It's good to see the little man on screen.
But he's not supposed to be over here.
That's all right.
But that's why I have a blurred background.
Yeah, quite all right, man.
But anyway, leave it with me because don't forget we've got this Friday coming up. We've got the this Friday at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah,
Central Time.
Central Time, yeah.
So 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Saturday, if you're over here, that works out to be about 1:30 in the afternoon, I think.
For you,
12:30. Yeah, somewhere around there. It's either 12:30 or 1:30, somewhere around there.
Okay.
In Australian time, it's on Saturday in the afternoon. We're going back and doing AEW Dynamite 5-year review. Episode 2. We are reviewing this week. We're going to be reviewing the first ever episode of Dynamite. We're going to be looking back at what happened then, what's changed since then, and just give our feelings towards that. So book it in your calendar this Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Central Time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And if you're in any other country, you're going to have to Google what time that is, because I don't generally know, and I don't generally try to accommodate. I just go by my time and whenever Steven's available.
So what Raz would say, figure it
out. So we will be back on Friday night or Saturday for me. If you're in the UK, it'll be Saturday morning at about 2 a.m.-ish. If you're in the UK, I think about 2:30 in the morning.
Ooh, that's
yeah. We're going to disappear from here tonight. Stephen, is there anything you wanted to say before we go?
No, we don't, sir.
No.
All good.
I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jake. I know that this has only been a short show, but it was.
There's really nothing much to talk about, really.
As Alex says, don't forget to take a shitter, and we're out of here.
Have a good.